Northern Illinois Huskies, congrats on the title. Goodbye. Fresno State Bulldogs, the Valley, we love you. Goodbye. What we have? Central Michigan, Boise State, bang.
El Presidente Dave Portnoy making the announcement. It is going to be the Central Michigan Chippewas versus the Boise State Broncos here in Tucson on New Year's Eve for the first ever Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. All right, let's talk more about the Arizona Bowl, the Barstool Arizona Bowl for the first time, joined by the executive director, Kym Adair. And Kym, you got to like this matchup. First, I want to talk about the MidAmerican Conference as someone that grew up in that footprint in Ohio. I would have to think that this is probably, for that conference, one of the more popular bowl games, because when I think of the MidAmerican Conference, I think of them going to Detroit for maybe the Motor City Bowl or maybe down to Nashville for the Music City Bowl. But I would have to think the attraction of coming to Arizona plays well with pretty much all of the teams in that MidAmerican Conference footprint.
You're exactly right, David. We're a hot commodity out in the Midwest. Those fans and those schools definitely want to come to Tucson, where it's warm and beautiful during New Year's Eve. So a lot of the schools were reaching out, really asking us to take a hard look at them to be invited to the bowl game. But we're really excited about Central Michigan and our opportunity to put them up against another powerhouse like Boise State this year.
And Boise State, I mean, it does not get a better fan base than that. And again, the thing that I like about it, you've got two teams that have never been here before.
That's right. And Boise State, those fans are looking for a warm destination as well that time of year. And they have loyal followers. They have a lot of fans that'll travel to Tucson, which is great for our economic impact and our community. But also, I think it will re-energize a lot of people here locally in the state to come out and see Boise State. It's the first time they've ever been to Tucson, and so I think a lot of people will come out just to see that program on the field on New Year's Eve.
Was this a hard process this year? Was it easier? I mean, obviously, we've seen some years where you guys have kind of had to make changes at the last minute as teams have kind of fallen off the board. How was that process leading up to announcement this afternoon?
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. It's always fun to talk to the teams and the programs and give them an opportunity to listen, to hear and learn more about our bowl game. So that's always exciting. But we knew early on we were focused on a couple of teams, and we're very, very excited that we were able to invite them and bring them to Tucson this year. I mean, Boise State and Central Michigan have been at the top of our wants list for a long, long time. So we're very excited to get them here.
All right, well, I'm going to put you on the spot here as somebody that has Kent State relatives in the family, including my mother. How do you decide between Central Michigan, who finished second in the West, versus the Eastern champion that made the final in Kent State?
That was a really tough decision. Kent State, they're just amazing, and they've been playing very, very well. They battled really, really tough on the field against Northern Illinois last night. For us, it was about taking Central Michigan, whose last game was a big win for them, and having a motivated fan base that was still really energized around the program and would want to come down to Tucson. It was really tough. We also know there's a lot of Michigan fans here locally, and we wanted to give them a chance to root for a Michigan team.
Let's get into, obviously, this will be the first year under Barstool. What new things are going to happen that maybe we haven't heard about in terms, I saw that there's going to be a golf scramble happening. Tell us about maybe some of the other events that people need to know about that maybe weren't a part of the initial announcement.
Yeah, so I think the big announcement in addition to the teams is that we will also have a pretty significant halftime show this year. We will be featuring Scott Stapp, the voice of Creed, who will do a huge performance during halftime. Very excited about that. And then Barstool, Barstool has a lot of its own fans, and they're going to have several big events happening just under their umbrella, in addition to the traditional events that we have every year, including our tailgate, our pep rally, and then our Taco Bell New Year's Eve downtown bowl bash after the game, where we will ring in New Year's downtown with a big taco drop and fireworks off the top of Hotel Congress. And we also announced we'll be headlining white tees the plain white tees that night as our main entertainment. So we're really excited to give this huge experience to all of our community and fans that will be joining us here.
Well, the taco drop is back. I know that's something that a lot of people were looking forward to hearing. Also, though, obviously there's been some negativity around this partnership. How have you guys dealt with that and the pushback for the people that don't have a high opinion of Barstool Sports?
We're always just focusing on the great aspects of this game and this partnership. And I think once people understand that Barstool's commitment to giving 100% of our net proceeds to charity is bigger than ours, they want to make sure we're giving more money to charity this year than ever before. They're a very charitable company. And we're very excited to be able to be partnered with a company that aligns in those values. And what they're going to be able to bring, the energy and freshness to this game, is really exciting. And everyone involved is very, very thrilled about that.
Well, let me ask you this. This is a very collegiate-driven brand, is Barstool. This is a bowl game happening in a time where students aren't traditionally here in Tucson. So what are some of the things, I guess, that Dave Portnoy and you guys are maybe going to try to get maybe even students to come back for the game? Or those types of things, maybe to get kids from Phoenix to come down from the game? How are you going to maybe try to get those collegiates involved during that New Year's Eve time slot?
We're just going to let them know about all the fun activities that they're going to be able to experience here. We think New Year's Eve is going to be New York City, Las Vegas, and Tucson. Those are the places that you're going to want to be in New Year's Eve in the United States. And we know that our message will get out there. We'll attract a lot of young fans and old fans and everybody in between. We have something for everybody. So we're really excited about all of the fun, exciting events that we have around this game and what it means for this community. It's going to be a terrific year. We're very, very excited.
All right. Well, you brought up New York City and Las Vegas, so I have to ask you: is there going to be a countdown broadcast? Associated this from Tucson, stream it out to the world? How we do it here?
Hey, we're going to have some of the internet's biggest personalities here in town. You can bet that we're going to get a lot of visibility for our New Year's Eve downtown bowl bash, and we're very excited about that.
All right, Kym Adair, she is the executive director of the Arizona Bowl. Kym, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us today, and obviously we'll look forward to the build-up over the next couple of weeks to New Year's Eve.
Thanks so much.
All right, stay with us for continuing coverage of the Barstool Arizona Bowl right here on KVOA.com, News 4 Tucson Sports.